Alright, so I'm going to insert these two, but I have to clear up this front face first. So I'll just do that, and then insert these two. Now I just have these two, so I'm just going to put that there. This is my first pair. This would be my second pair. This, and then these. And I know this winter variation, so it's just a cancellation into like the left-handed version of a CLL. So and that is it.
Alright, so I'm ZZ in CFOP method neutral. I'd probably use CFOP in this case because we have a pretty nice cross that we can do like that. Next up, I'd probably solve this pair. And then I'd probably do this one here. And then we got this pair, which is really nice and easy. And then we've got the last one, which I can solve like this. This is an OLL I don't really know. And then got T-prime.
I use CFOP and I average around 20 seconds. So the first thing I see is these two edges. So I'm just gonna bring this up to pair the orange and bring this down, then the red. I see these two first, and I saw these two, and then this orange and green, and then these two, and then OLL, and then T-perm.
Hi, this is Kit Clement, and I'm going to show you how I did this scramble using FMC techniques. So I started off on the normal scramble, and I made a 2x2. I saw this pair here, but it was not very useful, so I did something different that created a pseudo 2x2. In fact, it's almost a pseudo 2x2x3. I'm just missing this guy here. And what I did is I did the normal inverse scramble switch, which is just basically doing all the moves you did in inverse backwards, then performing the inverse scramble, and your work is preserved then on inverse. If you do that, you get this. So what I do is I see this edge here is what will finish the block. So I hide this, move it in, come back out, and then I have a 2x2x3. Next I do some moves that create some pairs. So this guy here and this guy here. I do an R2 so I can create this block, but then this guy can come in and finish the F2L. I then do the obvious OLL here, and it actually creates an 8-perm, which is a last 3 corners case. So what I do then, I could just do the 8-perm, but of course I want to do this in the fewest moves, so I do an insertion. I take my normal moves, put them here, and then all my inverse moves, I invert them and start here. So you can see F prime, R, F becomes F, R prime, F prime, and so on. So these are all inverses. If you do the normal scramble, and then your skeleton, you'll be left with 3 corners as well. Sticker them up so that you have a sticker that has 1 going to 2, the white sticker here going to 3, and then 3 blue going back to 1. I noticed the best place to cancel is actually 2 moves from the end, because there's this 2-move interchange here, and 2 can insert to 3. And then you just do those last 2 moves again, and we're solved. That also canceled a couple moves here as well, so that gave me a 28 move solution total.
Okay, so my method is CFOP, and I'm color neutral. So for this scramble, I'm going to solve blue cross because there are already 2 of them here. And I'm going to do D2 first. Then I will insert this edge while solving this one by doing U, then putting this edge in. So now this edge is here, and I have these 3. So I can solve the whole cross by doing B prime, F prime. Now, the first pair I'm going to solve is white and orange, so it's here and here. I can do that by doing R2, U, R2, U prime, R2. Then the next pair I'm going to do are these 2. There's 3 moves, I'm sure all of you know it. Insert, and I can cancel into this pair. and insert. And the next two I'm going to do is this, then soon, and PLL skip.
Alright, so I use CFOP and my average is around 23 seconds. So the way I would solve a scramble is, okay, so so the orange front and yellow top, and I'll do L, D prime, L, and then R prime, F, R2. There's a white cross. And then F2L, I would do these two first, so these two, like that. And next pair I'll do is these two, so I'll go insert them. And then these two pair here, these two, and insert them in the back like this, like that. And then the final pair are these two. OLL just soon, and PLL, G perm, and there you go.
So, we'll be solving blue cross and going for an extended cross. If I can look at it slowly. So we got edge pieces here, 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 and here. This little block right here, and the corresponding edge here. So I could do the extended cross like this. And then instead of just putting this down, I could put this edge over here to solve it between its two centers. Like that, and then a D2 will give me the extended cross there. So the first pair is these two. Second pair of these two, and last pair of these two. OL, and these done.
Hi, I'm Ranja. I use CFOP, PetFOP, somewhere in between. I average 12. I have a source on that too. I'm going to be doing, let's see, I'm going to be doing a yellow X-cross with this pair, so this edge and this corner. But the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to build a 2x2x2 and ease in to the X-cross. So I'm going to put this in first to build a square here in a way that won't affect these two cross edges nor this one. I also noticed that these two are relatively solved. So B2 L U prime L prime builds my square. A D prime Y prime to align these so they can be very easily inserted. And then instead of doing R, so I'm going to do R prime U2, but instead of doing R2 to finish the 2x2x2 back here, I'm going to do an M2, Y, R2, and that will solve my X cross. Done. I see these two pieces immediately and go for the first pair. I see these two pieces and go for the third pair. The other one was the second pair, not the third pair. Oh, not the first pair. And then these two to finish off my F2L. And EO's have already been done since the second pair, so that's cool. I noticed the CLL is for rough, so I'm going to do that and get a nice ELL. I didn't know I was going to get a nice ELL. I took a risk. So this ELL is a Z-perm with two adjacent where the swap is in the flip. So the algorithm for this is for rough on right, for rough on left. U. Thanks.
I do CFOP with for class layer plus a few random cases, and I think on this scramble I'm going to do yellow cross, so I'll just flip that over and then bring this edge down so I can then do a double turn on those two layers to complete the cross. For F2L, first thing I noticed was this pair, so I'm going to just bring that together like that and then insert. Next pair I notice is already built, so I can just insert it. That pair is easy to build, and then I can just insert like that. And the last pair I can just do like that and insert in the back. Alright, so the first stage of my two-look last OLL is like that, and then the second one. And that is a U-perm. and that's it.
I like to solve using Roux, but I like to solve using Roux building my first two blocks together. And during inspection, I noticed a few things. I noticed this pair is ready to be inserted, and I can also just do a simple R prime to get this down. So the first thing I'm going to do is my R prime, and then connect these two to insert that. Also notice that this is a blue-red, and here's a green-red, and here are my two red corners. So I'm going to protect it like that, and whenever I did that, it connected this pair and also connected this pair. So U2, and I can insert both pairs together. Next I want to get this to one side, and here's my edge for it, and insert it like so. I do need to do an O lowercase. Arrow is already built. It's going to be in the back side because this has to be a good edge. So insert my good edge, and my green and my blue that are both yellows are already on the bottom. So now all I have to do is do a J perm to get all headlights. It also brought me back to where the opposite color is on top, so I can flip that around. Orange connect to orange, flip it through, and do a U2 to finish this off.